Ma'am, live connected, you can start a program. Sumitra, ma'am.
Okay, Sameer sir.
Yes, sir. Shall I start, sir?
Start a program on live connected.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now I invite Dr. L.P. Ganesan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Saurashtra College, Madurai, to introduce the resource person, Dr. Ananthavalli, Assistant Professor, Seethalakshmi Achi College for Women, Pallathur, for session 2. Please, sir.
Yeah, fine, madam. Yeah, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Dr.A.Ananthavalli, Assistant Professor, Department of English and Research Center, Seethalakshmi Arch College for Women, Pallathur, Tamil Nadu. She has participated in professor courses, orientation programs, faculty development programs, and SWAM Orbit Online annual professor course in English language teaching and many FDB. She has produced 4 MPhil scholars. She has evaluated 10 MA projects. She has delivered a lecture in national level seminar and conferences. She has delivered an audio lesson for UG program in Elizabethan literature for the academic year 2020. It is 19 lectures. She has conducted a one-day workshop on feminism as delivered in modern Tamil poetry. She has completed a project short-term study on feminism as revealed in modern Tamil poetry sponsored by Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysore. She has published 7 articles in reputed journals. She has presented papers in seminars and conferences. She has participated many workshops and seminars. She has many administrative positions in Seethalakshmi Archi College for Women, Pallathur. She is an active member in co-curricular activities, Entrepreneur Development Cell, Competitive Examination, Women Harassment Prevention Cell, Students Profile Member, and she is the Program Officer in NSS. She is the Coordinator in the Ribbon Club. She is Vice President, English Literary and Debating Society. She is the convener for co-curricular activities. She is the Vice President, English Literary and Debating Society, and she is the Chief Superintendent, Alagappa University Examination in April 2024. Such a great eminent personality is here to deliver the lecture on revisiting ethics in myths. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Ganesan sir, for introducing me a lot in this, the viewer of this virtual platform. Am I audible, sir? Just I want to ensure.
Yes, you are audible, madam. Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you. So today is, we are talking about the ethics. Before that, good morning, everybody gathered here virtually at both the ends. I am much indebted to the convener, the organizer, and the management of both the colleges to provide me a platform for sharing some of my views on ethics and how they are buried immeasurably in our mythology. And finally, why there is an urgency arise to revisit those things at this moment. I would like to thank this virtual mode too, because there is no doubt virtual mode helps us tremendously. It is environmental friendly. You can connect quickly and you can disconnect easily. It is a location independence, of course. Since we are all discussing ethics and ethical practices today, the virtual mode is absolutely ethical friendly. Actually, ethics is a buzzing word in this platform yesterday onwards. So what does it mean? Do we all ethically regulated? When we switch on the TV or any social media, we could find snatching, theft, revenge, mob attack, molestation, abduction of young children, so on and so forth. So, okay, so let it be. If you're sitting, reading something, or taking rest for a while in your leisure time, the noise from the neighbor side would come and disturb you in many ways. And have you all experienced it? Have you all experienced?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Where they're not regulated by the parents, how to handle the things gently. Usually, my father used to say, if you spoil the sleep of anybody, it is equal to the murder of those persons. So I think the listener of my age group would have received a number of wonderful wisdom from their parents. I hope so. So I'm not moving or navigating those things. So now come to today's business. What is an ethic? So ethics is a very big framework. So if we concise the meaning for ethics, ethics tells our discipline, our moral, or our restraint, self-restraint or self-control on all the activities, how we should and how we should not act to the society at large. It educates the way we behave, and it tells how kind of friends we have to possess and the value and the usefulness of the friends, and how our comradeship helps us and helps to the society too. It also questions whether we are helpful to the society, are helpful to our employer, family, friends, so on and so forth. And this what ethics and ethical practices, what we are discussing and munching today. So now the next question arises, why to learn about the ethics, we need or we shelter the myth. So myth is very, very important since it has been doing a great sociological function. It helps us to understand ourselves. It shapes our aspirations. It sizzles our ambitions. It gives us self-awareness and educates our life journey. So we have plenty of mythology by religion. And we have Hindu mythology, Greek, Christian, anti-Christian, and Islam mythology. But today's topic, I would like to go for the Hindu mythology. Here again, the question arises, how mythology is relevant today? So recently, I have happened to read one thing. So there was a conversation between the son and his mother. The son is working as a scientist in US. He is working on the study of evolution of man, Charles Darwin. So he questioned his mother whether she could know Charles Darwin. She said, yes, I knew him very well. And on her turn, she asked his son, do you know Dasavada, the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu? He replied, yes, I could know partially. So immediately she wanted to share her expertise to his son. So he started to tell that the first avatar is Matsya avatar. So this is where our life begins, because everybody knows we are very cozy and comfort in our mother fetus, and it runs the water. And then the next avatar, just to move on to the next avatar, is the Kurma avatar. It is just for the start ties, because both are conversing the evolution of man. So the tortoise is amphibian, that our life moves from water to the land. And the next avatar is the Varaha avatar. This is not much intellect. And the fourth is the Narsimha avatar. And it is an half man and half animal, the evolution from an animal to an intellectual being. And the fifth is Vamana avatar. Everybody knows he's a dwarf in the statue. And here, the Lord Vishnu wanted to tell that you couldn't judge a person. And there is a proverb, lies, do not judge a book by its cover. So it is the Vamana avatar just wanted to tell that you have to grow mentally, not physically. And the sixth is the Parashurama avatar. He is a wielded man with the axe. That he wanted to tell that he is the forest dweller, he is a cave person, he is a brutal, he is an uncivilized person, he is not much for this the social behavior. So this is the evolution of the man in the sixth avatar. And the next is the Rama avatar. Everybody knows he is the first social thinking person, and who knows morals well. He is an embodiment of goodness, and everybody follows him. He also follows the laws of the society. And the eighth is the Krishna Avatar. He is a true statesman, and he is a politician. He is a lover of games. He plays many games, and he taught how we have to live and how we have to thrive the social structure. And the ninth is the Buddha Avatar. So he is a man who rose from Narasimha. So he found the man's true nature. He found the true enlightenment. And the last avatar is supposed to come very soon. That is Kalki Avatar. And the mother is telling that what you are working on it is Kalki Avatar. Because he is a man who will be genetically supreme. On hearing that, the boy has astonished and speechless, amazed his mother's defending our ancestor. His mother humbly said that we are all running in this technological era. Our ancestors are very, very supreme in genius. They are repository of many skills and secrets. They are mystic. They are the soothsayer. They are the sea. They could know what would come in the millions and millions of eras to come. They transmitted all the things orally to pass on to the younger generations through the narrative tale. And how we are the owner of this knowledge, that we are all recalling all those things, munching, contemplating, and this is the usefulness of this mythology. So I just defend mythology is very, very essential to educate any theory to the student, because if they receive anything theory, that won't support them. If you teach them by tales or any narrative story, that message would linger them long lasting. So that's why I chose this topic for today's discussion. So it's a belief. So what is mythology is a belief, or it is an ideology for holding the society together. So in mythology, there is an n number of stories intact with one another. It has an inspirational stories, and everything is insightful in nature. The stories are useful to communicate, and they have some perennial insight in it also. So now, everybody knows Ramayana and Mahabharata provide the rich tapestry of ethical considerations. It tells about the life lessons for duty, the loyalty, and it tells the lessons for the righteousness and the consequence of impulsive and unethical behavior. The moral teachings of Ramayana and Mahabharata is to be relevant to this contemporary era, so there is no doubt in it. Both Ramayana and Mahabharata emphasizes the qualities of a good leadership. So how a leader should be is highly depicted and detailed in Ramayana and Mahabharata. So if we have the illustration for leader, a good leader, you can find Rama is a good best example for it. And how a leader should not, you could understand from Ravana's, Dhritarashtra's and Yudhishthira's history, how they are very, very crafty and vengeful in leaders, and how they are trapped emotionally. So everything should be revealed in detail by the characters of Ravana, Dhritarashtra and Yudhishthira, and more characters are buried in this mythology. So what is the main motto of Mahabharata is to live the right life, that is the truth life. So Ramayana tells how we have to, and Mahabharata how we should not do. So that is the contrast of these two epics. But both are supplying immeasurable wisdom to all of us. So in Mahabharata, the Lord Krishna, he just wanted to deceive the Kauravas, the truth. Because he is the Lord Krishna, he never does this type of work. But anyhow, he is telling that killing a human is obviously moral, that is immoral. But killing a person who kills 100 or 1,000 of people is definitely moral.
ஆனா மத்ததுல எல்லாம் கமெண்ட் அப்படியே தானே இருக்கு.
So in the same way, Ram has executed a plan. He has proposed to kill Ravana since he tortured many innocent people, arrogant, because of his arrogancy, he just killed many innocent people and he never obeys to anybody. He never heeds his wife's advice.
நான் தான்
He
கடைசி
just wanted to stay away from his brother Vibhishana because he followed this dharma way. But the only thing he adores is Kumbhakarna because he is the only person who always acts as his beck and call. He abducted Sita not to seduce her but to have his possession. So infuriated Rama just deployed the monkey troop with the help of Hanuman and killed Ravana. So before executing his mission, he offered a prayer to Mahadev in Rameshwaram, since Ravan is a true devotee to the Lord Shiva. So killing a disciple, that would definitely bring him a curse to Rama, as well as to the entire nation. So he just wanted to offer a prayer to Mahadev before he wanted to execute this mission. And both Ramayana and Mahabharata war was the greatest mythological war which occurred at different periods. And Ramayana, that lasted for 13 days. On the other hand, Mahabharata went for 18 days. In both the wars, both the troops were destroyed. In Ramayana, there is a war between the monkey and the demons. And here, there is a war between the humans. And this is the story of this Ramayana and Mahabharata. And in Ramayana, Rama is an embodiment of the idealistic person. He is very docile in nature. His wife Sita is very, very pious and he is devoted. And he is a well-wisher to her husband. She is the mother of universe. So often she is called as Mata Sita. His brothers, Lakshmana, Bharata and others
இருந்து ஒரு தண்ணிக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போனேன் எங்க
are also very, very close and the great acquaintance with this Rama. On the other hand, in Ravana's dynasty, Ravan, his general, and are the outright evil. So he is very less humane and arrogant. So both the epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, tells how dharma wins and how adharma embrace the downfall. So both the epics that wanted to tell that this message to all of us. When we go deep into this moral of this Ramayana, it tells how we have to possess the relationship. The relationship you build matters everything. So if a people who have a healthy relationship, they feel very happy and they are very satisfied. And they have very physical, mental problem. So Ramayana has a series of examples for it. Rama and Sita is an ideal couple. Rama and Lakshmana is an ideal brother. Rama Hanuma is an ideal friend. And Rama builds amazing relationship to whatever, so wherever he went and whomever he meets in transit. Such as once he was happened to meet this boatman Guha. He has very, very close relationship with him. And one of the girls, Sabari, is an untouchable girl who offers cherries with half eaten by him. Half eaten by her because she chose and offered the best one to Rama. So Rama has a good relationship to everybody. So everybody adores Rama and everybody call him as an ideal person to follow. And when we go to the next moral, picking the right kind of friends wins the end game. So the friends you chose reflect what person you are. That is, a proverb goes like that. Birds of a same feather flocks together. Here Rama picked Sugriva instead of Vali because both have a great valor. Both are very supreme in their energy and power. But instead of choosing Vali, he picked Shukriva because Shukriva is an embodiment of the ideal. So that's the reason why Rama picked Shukriva as the friend. And he chose Vibhishana instead of Ravan because Vibhishana followed the Dharma way. And Ravan, though he is an embodiment of the skills, he is otherwise called as an Daksha Graha. Daksha is a 10, Graha is a face. So he can focus his face in 10 disha. So that is the reason why he called as a Daksha Graha. So Ravan has an Ashtavadani too. So he just never want to make his friendship with this Ravan, but he chose Vibhishana as his friend. And Hanuma, everybody knows, is the best friend, thick and thin to Ram. So this is the moral you have to learn from this epic, how you have to pick the right friends, and definitely they will support you in the needy time. And when we go to the next moral from this Ramayana, not listening to the experts in critical matters can cost your life. So if you're not choosing, if you're not hearing the advice from the experts, definitely you could embrace the adversity. So here the Lakshmana, he put a line, he draw a line, that is Lakshman Rekha, and just put the message to the Sita, do not cross the line when I go out. Sita ignored his warning and left the insecurity, and this may cause a great chaos to her. And next is, even a little contribution that matters a lot. This is a small contribution can change the life, the entire life. A little contribution, if you contribute a little, you inspire others, definitely. It amplifies awareness. A little contribution makes your life meaningful. Your life would be the purposeful one. When Rama and others are waiting and they are just didn't know how to execute their mission of making the bridge between the Rameshwara and this Sri Lanka, everybody were aghast in doing their mission. Then a little squirrel that went ahead took a small stone and started its contribution. So immediately Ram got an inspiration, and finally the bridge got done. So this is how you have to learn a lesson of even a little contribution makes the matters a good one. And the next is, when you are truly good, help might seek you in many ways. If a person should be a true and the good in nature, he can receive the help from all the nooks and corners. So here Ram is sacrificed his life only because of his father, because he was trapped by giving the promise to his wife. This is the reason why Rama sacrificed the kingdom only because of the welfare of the citizen. He went for the forest, and immediately for his goodness, his brothers literally followed him, and the rishis guided him. They deliberately come and extended their help to Rama, and Vishwamitra helped him to marry Sita, and Hanuma is a loyal devotee. He extended his help and hand to this Rama to do all the wonders in the world. So this is what the epic is telling us. When you are truly good, help might seek you in many ways. Being untouched by power that brings everlasting fame. So this is only for the power monger. So the most celebrated character Ramayana had a little desire for power. So Rama doesn't have any power to rule the kingdom. So he gave up for to adhere to his father's promise. And immediately Lakshmana followed him. But on the other hand, Ravana, he seized the kingdom from Kubera. That is a golden castle built by Kubera. He just seized him. And finally he met death. And we can have another example in Ramayana that Vali and Shukriva both were trying to have the possession of Kishkinda and Tara. Tara is a beautiful girl, and both have struggled to have these two possessions for them. But Shukriva is the winner of this game. Now, if we go to the next moral in it, do not abuse the guy who looks weak. You shouldn't abuse someone who may appear to be weak or vulnerable. So you just give a due respect to them. Do not criticize or giggle the person who looks very, very weak and vulnerable. Here Rama sent Hanuman to the Sri Lanka as a messenger in order to settle the problem without any war. But Ravan ignored the advice of the Raman. He just humiliated Hanuman as a mean quality because he is a monkey. And this humiliation led the burning of the entire capital, and the golden castle melt, and it melts like a golden river. So you should not abuse the guy who looks weak. He must have a strong potential with them. Next is arrogance lose, humility wins. So if you have arrogance in your mind, definitely you feel that is small. There is no doubt in it. So arrogant always leads you the destructive path rather than humility leads you the victory. So Ravaneshwaran is the greatest musician. Everybody knows Ishan Ashtavadani. He is a Tamilian too. So everybody loved his Tamil, his flair on Tamil. So under him, Lanka has prospered much better than this Ramarajya. So everybody calls Ravanas and Ilankai Vendan Ravaneshwaran. The only problem is his arrogance. So because of his arrogance, he was defeated by Agastya in this music competition. Because of his arrogance, he was defeated by Mahabali Vali. So and was imprisoned for 6 months. So you have to get away from this arrogance. And if you embrace the humility, definitely you can knock the door of this victory. And respect your enemy. Give your enemy the respect they deserve. From Ramayana, Rama spent a day or sometime making the linga in Rameshwaram to pray for it. So before he execute his mission, he wanted to give a due respect to Ravan because he is a disciple of Mahadev. If you curse a person, definitely it will bring an immoral. But Ravan is about to kill 100 or more than 1,000 people. So killing a person is an immoral. So here Ram follows the ethic. So before he is executing his mission, he just wanted to pray as the Mahadev, whether his action is good, whether his action would not bring any that is destruction to this nation. So this is what the ethic you have to learn from this activity of Rama. This is what the mythology teaches, and this is the message we have to pass on to the younger generation, that is especially our students in the class. And next is know your place in front of Guru. So we have to, if you are very arrogant,
ரெண்டாவது லிங்க் ஒன்னு தெரியும்.
your position should be
அத delete பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்லி
somewhat different. So this we can learn from the battlefield of this Ramayana. So after shooting his some divine arrow, it's Ravaneshwaran. Ram is directed Lakshmana to go and seek the advice from the Ravan because he is an embodiment of many skills. He just asked her to go and get the message from him. Lakshman go and stood there, asked for lesson from Ravaneshwara. Ravan turned somewhere away. And Ram sent him Lakshman again and again. He did the same. Both did the same. And Ravan sent Lakshman for the third time. And this time Ravan walked to the leg of this Ravaneshwaran and kneeled down there. From the first two actions, he could learn how a man is behaving when he is in arrogant in nature. And the last move, you could understand how a man is submissive and very polite. When you are seeking any advice from an elder or the teacher, you have to be polite. And the manner you are seeking, the gesture and the posture you are standing, everything means wonders. So you have to be very humble when you are learning something from others. And the next is bhakti that can't be achieved by deception. So Ravan wanted to kidnap Sita Devi, but at the end he could see only the Maya Sita. And this attachment can create traps and makes us suffer. So if you have any attachment on anything, definitely you will fall on the trap. So here Sita is a typical example for it. He just wanted to possess the deer. So actually it is a Maya. It is a Marichan, is the maternal uncle of this Ravan. He disguised himself that is trap Sita for the sake of Ravan. So you should not have any attachment. If you have it, definitely you fell on the trap. And next is Maya knows our weakness. So this is the weakness. So Maya that definitely knows where you are weak. So you should not you should not expose your weakness. You should cultivate your weakness for the betterment. You change the weakness as a positive one. This is in your hands. If you practice, definitely you can move forward. And next, always stand by the right. So if you stand for the right side, definitely you should not face any destruction. And here, Jadayu is an example for it. Jadayu always stand for the right side, that is Dharma side of Rama. And so, though it lost his life, its name lingers last. Next is patience, determination, and enthusiasm. Everything matters a lot. Example is Shabari. Shabari is waiting till he met Lord Rama. So though he is an untouchable person, everybody cursed her for his presence. And the Rishi who was crossing here and there, he just tell, so if you are sitting here, definitely you will pollute my the worship. So immediately he just went and take a bath in this the lake. But he is waiting for this Lord Rama's darshan. And once he happened to see this Lord Rama, he that is exchanged his the tasted cherry. He accepted his the love and affection immediately. So here you could understand how patient the Shabari is and how the determination he possessed and what is an enthusiasm and what is the reward at the end he this attain is you could understand from this Shabari's activity. Next is arrogance that cannot understand the well-wisher. So if you are arrogant, you couldn't understand who is the best wishers or the well-wishers. So Ravan thought Mandodari is envious on Sita. Actually, he was envious with this Ram. And Ravan thinks Vibhishana is disloyal to him. But he is by the side of Ram. but actually he was disloyal to Kubera. And this is a few morals that I have jotted down for you from Ramayana. So if you move on a little to this Mahabharata, you could find many morals in it. So think before you speak. So use the words carefully. So once you say, it can't take it back. This is the greatest message that we got from Mahabharata, especially Draupadi. He used the words that is son of blind to. He used it when he saw that is Duryodhana. He just wanted to walk on the palace. The palace is very palatious. He didn't know whether the water is there or it is the plain stone. He just skipped from it and immediately he laughed. At that time, he used that word. And Karna called Draupadi as a prostitute. So these two, the words that brought this great destruction. So you have to use a careful words. So once you say that can't be get back again. And no one is completely good and no one is completely bad. So in Mahabharata, each and every character has a great shape. And no one is totally black and no one is totally white. So even this Bhishma, Dronacharya, he has some wrong with him. And even Krishna has some deceivers within because he deployed the same arrow in order to attack the wrong person. So that is why he tell killing a person is immoral, but killing a person who kills 100 or 1,000 person is a moral one. So next is the take decision the right time. So Yudhishthira here failed to take the decisions because he wanted to go for gambling, and this made a great destruction. And the next is respect a woman at all times. This is the Ramayana and Mahabharata that tells us give due respect to the women. So if you fail to do, the person who failed definitely face the consequence for it. So next is do not support your friend or family in their misdeeds. That is very, very important. You should not favor them because they are already in this misdeed. So if you give advice to them when they are in misdeed, definitely it will go wrong. So Bhishma and Drona, they refused to join the battlefield. They wanted to stay away from the battlefield. Similarly, you have to keep away from the persons who are in misdeeds. And the next is half-baked knowledge is very, very dangerous. This we could understand from the character of Abhimanyu and Ashwatthama, who are not fully marooned from their skill and they experience the dismal. Next is think before you wish for anything. So you have to think before you want anything from others, even it is for your teacher or this God. Here Draupadi prayed from Lord Shiva for the 5 qualities of husband. He just wanted I need a husband with who is possessing the heroic in nature, good looking, knowledgeable, and he must be very kind and loving. The Lord Shiva wants him that nobody should have these 5 qualities in one tact. He just want her, but she was very adamant at that time, and immediately he was destined to have these 5 men as her husband. So everybody calls her as a polyandry. And you sometimes need to leave your friends and families for greater good. So you have to move on it. So Krishna is the typical example for it. So he left Devaki and Vasudeva, and he left Radha and his friends. He left everybody only for the good cause for the nation. And next is never take favors from anyone. So if you take favor, you are indebted to them. So Drona was indebted to Dhritarashtra. and Karna was indebted to Duryodhana. So this is a lesson you have to learn from. Never take favors from others. So if you get it, definitely you are indebted to them. You pay huge price to learn a lesson. So if you seek lesson from others, you have to pay more. This is explicitly detailed in the Kurukshetra. Everybody has destroyed in this the battlefield. Only the 12 people have survived at last. And sometimes the enemies come in the form of friends, and the bad company can ruin your life. So you have to be very, very cautious in it. And being emotional can sometimes make a person a curse or the blessing. And one must be always have a plan, and what you reap, what you sow. These are all some of the morals I have find out from this Mahabharata and this Ramayana. What you reap, what you sow. So this is a lesson. Drona destroyed the life of one student, asking him to give him some, that is the Guru Dakshina. And at last, his head is taken by his own student, is Arjuna. He took off his head. So what you reap and what you sow is the wise wisdom that you could understand from this Mahabharata. Next, eating a million delegatable dishes doesn't make an excellent cook. So if you want, if you think that you are the supreme genius, definitely you are not. This is which shows your arrogance. So, so far we have just learned a few morals from Ramayana and Mahabharata. If I want to conclude these ethics, what is the karma? What is the consequence? The concept of karma is the law of the cause and effect. So what is the effect? What is that is the wisdom that tells what you sow, what you are going to reap. That is the cause and effect. Is the fundamental theme in both the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The principles of dharma is inevitably of consequences. The dangers of pride and the importance of ethical conduct are universal in truth. And as we navigate the complexity of this modern life, Ramayana serves a timeless guide, reminding us the enduring of the value of rightness and the moral integrity. In Hindu mythology, we have the saying that there's no beginning and there is no end. Everything is an eternal process of becoming that will come again and again. This is what Lord Vishnu says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanachaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So he is taking a rebirth again and again to curse the evil and to get this the victory, get the victory for the dharma. So here, W.B. Yeats is also reiterate the same thing in his symbol Goya to represent the growling storm that grows larger and more powerful and that threatens and dreads destruction. So this is the conflict depicted in this narrative story in both Ramayana and Mahabharata. So there is a continuous war between the god and the anti-god, Asuras and Devas. Is a perpetual struggle between the chaos and this good. And this conflict can never be resolved as they are mutually constituted to each other. So there is a play between these two forces at every level of being. So the importance of teaching in our life is to accept the dichotomy between these two and bring the harmony between the evil and the virtue. Our consciousness loves stories because the computer reads the binary numbers and our mind will read only the visual. So generally many people think visually. So this is the reason why I took this narrative for the discussion today. So these mythos were used to communicate certain perennial insights. You could have many perennial insights from Ramayana and Mahabharata. So being a teacher, that we would teach moral lessons to the students during the classrooms, because they think they are very, very interested to listen from us. If you stay more with the world, more you need. And more you stay with the teacher, less you need. Anything including him. So this is the greatest saying of Acharya. Is following from YouTube. So if you want to follow, just go and follow this Acharya. So his saying is, if you stay more with the world, more you need it. More you stay with the teacher, less you need anything, including him. So the him is nothing but the God. So if you stay with this teacher, you could understand everything. So there is no need to go here and there. So that is the position of this teacher. That this is the reason why they are telling the teaching is a noble profession. So that even the students nowadays are obeying, they are adhering what I was saying. So this is our prime positions to pass on these mythology to the students during the class hours. So I wish everybody to pass on this teaching to the younger generation, make them understand, and they ask them to converse with this nature, because in the previous sessions that Dr. Ilango sir said that if you speak with nature, definitely you will attain the epitome level. So I too reiterate the same thing. You too follow this nature, embrace the nature, and you ask the students to do the same thing. So there is no doubt that contentment would be realized at both the ends. So this is what ethics, and yes, I justify the ethics is buried in our epics. With that, I would like to conclude my session.
Thank you, Ananthavalli madam.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope I can justify my topic.
Madam, shall we wait for the question from the participant side, ma'am?
Sure.
Good question, ma'am. Hello. Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You talked about our Indian ethics.
Yes, sir.
Epics, am I correct? So what about,
Yes,
madam? Do we have any other epics in any other literature, madam?
Yes, of course. Because of time constraint, I took only 2 for this session.
Fine, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. I think, do you have any epic?
You could find many things from Kalidasa, Shakuntala, Upanishads from Hindu mythology. If you go on for the Christian mythology, you could find n number of ethics and legends, folk tales. Even for this Islam, you can have many teachings from that side also. So it is by region, but everybody tells the one thing, but the method of telling is maybe different.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, now I invite Dr. A.P. Ganesan to propose vote of thanks for this session.
Ma'am, I only asked the question at the ending. Anyway, ma'am, you have made us to be very clear. You started your speech on all avatars, and we are going to see the Kalgi avatar. Through your speech, I learned the Ramayana teaches us that no matter how powerful evil is, it will always be defeated by good. The truth only always wins. And one more thing I learned from your speech. Rama is the Paramatma, Sita is our soul, Ravana is our senses. He impacts our mind to steal our soul. Lakshmana is our conscience. It is always with us. Yes, I do understand, ma'am. I do agree with you. I think what you said is all correct. So what you have given the message to us, how to incorporate or how to teach the Ramayana and Mahabharata in the classroom, we all will follow and we all will implement in the classroom. Surely, really, this session is very wonderful. Personally, I learned how to teach the myth in the class. I thank you, ma'am. I would like to express my sincere thanks on behalf of the organizers and the conveners, principals of Saurashtra College and Seethalakshmi Achi College for Women, uh, and secretaries of two colleges and organizing committee members. Once again, I express my sincere thanks for giving a warm and wonderful lecture on the topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
மேம் நீங்க லைன்ல உள்ள விட்டீங்க. வீடியோ மட்டும் ஆன் பண்ணுங்க.
Thank you, sir.
Satish Kumar, sir, shall we start the next session?
Ma'am, wait, ma'am. Ma'am, please wait. I'm connecting, ma'am. I have to close the session and connect in second session, ma'am. Please.
Okay, sir, okay, sir.